Welcome back, Savages, to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a new flight tracking crypto project called 4D Sky. All the information for this project is available on their website, which is called 4dsky.com. In terms of their background, it just mentions here a few years ago, the UK founders of a company called Neuron assembled a team of experts to tackle one of the industry's biggest challenges. And that challenge was integrating drones safely into shared airspace. So how does it all work? So essentially we're going to be this tier right here called service providers. And we do that by buying a piece of equipment called an air squitter sensor. The data from the sensor is sent to 4D Sky via their server's APIs. And in return, you'll receive rewards for providing this data. There's 4 steps you need to follow to become a service provider. Number 1, register an account on neuron.world. Number 2, set up the actual device. Number 3, check your status. And number 4, you can track the flights. So what do you need to participate in this project? Number 1, you need to purchase one of those air squitter sensors. Then you need to install it quite high on a roof, mast, attic, that type of thing. Main supply to actually power the sensor. High-speed internet, and you can use Ethernet or a stable Wi-Fi connection. And a bit of time to set it up. So in terms of buying the sensor, they've actually partnered with a company called Jetvision.de. That's their website name. When you purchase one of their bundles, make sure you've got Neuron in the description somewhere, usually at the end of the description. Because when you do, that Neuron indicates that it's got the correct firmware on there to be able to work with 4D Sky. Also, when you're picking your bundle, make sure you pick the right megahertz for your region. So if you're in the UK or EU, it's going to probably be 868. If you're in the US, likely to be 978. So in terms of rewards, as you're providing the data, there's 2 elements that will come into it when you're receiving the rewards. Number 1, the reliability of your device. And number 2, the length of time your device has been installed. At the moment, there's not too much information on tokenomics, but we are very early in the project. This is an example of the type of bundles you can buy. So you can get different lengths of cable. You get an Ethernet cable, couple of clamps, 2 antennas, the mains charger for the air squitters included as well. And we'll come on to that because I'm going to do a full unboxing because mine's just arrived. So in terms of the 2 antennas, one of them is a 1090 MHz ADB-SB plus GNSS. And the other antenna is going to be region specific. So it's either going to be a 868 MHz antenna or 978. In terms of placement, the actual sensor itself should be indoors and sheltered from the rain, and operate between these temperature ranges just here, preferably close to a router and a power outlet as well. And if you're worried about somebody stealing it, just make sure it's secure from tampering as well. Antenna placement, well, really you need a high enough location with a good clear view of the sky with no metallic obstructions nearby. The smaller the cable used, the better it usually is, so it says within 10 meters of the sensor would be ideal. And again, they do have an operating temperature, so just be aware of that right there. So in terms of mounting solutions, this top diagram just talks about lightning protection. So just be aware of how you're going to earth it. And because you've got 2 antennas, you've got to think about how you're actually going to mount these up. If you got them on a single pole, you could have one on a single pole like that and another one coming off a branch. But just make sure you've got a minimum distance of 25 centimeters between the 2 of them. Now, when you connect it to the internet, by default, the air squitter will be set to use Ethernet only or USB. So if you're going to connect it to your computer, either go through your network using a network Ethernet cable or go straight via USB because you're going to set it up that way. Now, if you are determined to use Wi-Fi, you can actually enable Wi-Fi, but you need to log into the air squitter initially to be able to enable that option for Wi-Fi. So with that said, let's crack on with the unboxing. So my bundle has just arrived and this is what it looks like when you get the box. It's quite a long box with everything in it, but I'm just going to quickly scroll across so you can see everything. First of all, I just want to say it comes well packed. You get these little polystyrene bits protecting everything. So first of all, let's just look at the air squitter. That's what it looks like. And it's in a red metal case, which is really good build quality, I've got to say. That's what the front looks like right there. Side panels. And then on the back, you've got your FLAM UOT connector right there. Wi-Fi goes here. AD-SB right there. Mains charger will go in there. You've got a micro USB connector right there. Ethernet cable and USB just here. But I've got to say, exceptional build quality on there. Superb. The only other thing you get in the box is your mini Wi-Fi antenna right there. So what we'll do is just go ahead and plug that in into the Wi-Fi bit just here. And you can just bend it like that. So that is our air squitter. Next up is our mains charger by the looks of it. Yep. So you get the mains charger with that type of connector on the end, and that just goes in the back of the air squitter. And just to show you, that'll be where it goes in, just here. So you get all the various plug options as well, which is really nice of them to include. So whichever region you've got, it's probably going to be a connector for you in this bundle. Next up, you get a QR code where you can download the manual. You also get a leaflet just about the air squitter itself and what it's capable of. So this is the first antenna, so let's just go ahead and open this. This one is our high gain 868 megahertz antenna. They do include the mounting instructions for this antenna as well, a bit like what I showed you earlier on, so that's nice. Now the first thing that I can see is it's really heavy duty and really well built. I'll tell you what, let's just measure the length of this antenna. And it is about 52.5 centimeters. So let's have a look at the other antenna, and this one does look indeed a bit longer. So again, with this one they also include some mounting instructions as well, and I've got to say, just overall the documentation that's come with this is very impressive. So this right here is our ADSB antenna, and it is 1090 megahertz and GPS. That's the connector right there, similar to the other one. So what I'm going to do is just measure the length of this one as well, just to give you an idea. And this one's a bit longer, and this one comes in at 62 centimeters. So just to put it in perspective, if we put them both together side by side, you can see that the ADSB is a bit taller. So next up is our cable, and it's a 10-meter run of cable, which I opted for. You can get a longer run if you need it, but the 10-meter one was the one that was recommended. So on one end you've got this small connector right here, and this will go into the air squitter, and the other end is this one here, which will go to the antenna. And the same goes for the second run of cable. So again, you've got the smaller end which goes into the air squitter, and that one goes to the antenna as well. We've also got two mounting brackets which will come in handy. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to mount these, but these will definitely come in handy for the antennas. And the last thing in there is a run of Ethernet cable, because initially when you do the setup you need to connect it via Ethernet cable. So again, really nice that they included that in the bundle as well. And the last thing in the box is a quick start guide. So just to summarise the actual bundle itself, really well presented, superb documentation. The build quality of the antennas and the air squitter is second to none. Now I'm not going to do a full setup video because 4D Sky have already done a really great instructional video on how to do that, and I'll leave a link for that in the description. But what I am going to do is do a quick power consumption check like I do with most projects. Let's go. So our power meter is on. This is on its factory default, so there's no software setup or anything on this. We haven't got any other antennas plugged in. The only one I've got connected is the Wi-Fi one. So let's just get an idea of how much the power consumption is of this unit when you get out of the box. So when you switch it on, it's got an LCD screen just here, and it says it's starting up. Obviously it's not getting any signals because I've got no antennas connected, but you do get like an LED just here with a signal flicking between red and green at the moment. So that, as it is using about 4 watts of power, which is super impressive and definitely ticks my box for low powered crypto projects. So in terms of amps, that's 0.024 amps, which is nothing. But we don't have it set up, it's not connected to any antennas, and it's not certainly collecting any data. So I would expect that figure to go up once it's in full use. So there you go, savages. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of this new crypto flight tracking project called 4D Sky, and also show you what's included in the bundle if you do go ahead and purchase it. I'll leave a link in the description where you can buy this kit and become a service provider. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you savages on the next one.